Okay, so today we're going to start addressing the electrical issues in this house. Now, the main reason that we're starting the electrical is because there is a serious lack of home runs or circuits into a house of this size. So in order to get more circuits in, first thing we got to do is figure out how we're going to get the conduit into the house. That's the reason for all of the Schedule 80. I prefer using Schedule 80, one, because it's watertight, and two, the original house had metal conduit which wasn't sealed, so we had to remove all of that. Another thing that we found were a number of issues within the panel. Speaking of sealed conduit, the first thing we found was the flexible conduit at the top. Because this is an exterior box, you cannot use flexible conduit on the exterior. So we'll have to remove this conduit, put another section of Schedule 80, penetrate the wall, and then reattach this. Another thing we found when these guys repaired this panel, instead of redoing the stucco around, what they did was take a little bit of masonite board and screw it onto the existing stucco. So as you can see, there's numbers of holes behind this panel. That's all that's existing between the outside and the inside of the house is a little quarter piece of masonite. A number of other issues we found. First and foremost, the thing that alarmed me the most was the bonding of the panel. It is imperative that not just the circuits themselves be bonded, but also the panel. Code requires that the circuit, the neutral, be bonded, and also the panel. There needs to be a second bonding link somewhere that bonds the panel to the ground. These guys that originally did this, there's only one wire, and as you can tell, it's loose. It's not bonded to the panel, it's only bonded to the lug. The most frightening thing about this as well is this, as you see here, is the end of the bonding panel cable. It is bonded at the lug, which is a ground rod, but code requires this to be bonded in two locations. So you either have an option of two ground rods separated 10 feet apart, or the other option is one ground rod and you can then connect it to the copper line, water line, which would then bond it because the copper line's running to the street, so it's running through 80 feet of earth, which is a great ground. But needless to say, they didn't do that. So we're gonna have to take this line and actually we're gonna bond it to the copper water line. The last thing that we have concerned on is this run, which is the existing home runs for the second floor. Obviously, for the second floor with 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, this is not enough circuits for it. But what's most alarming is here they have 10 circuits on 3 neutrals, seriously overloading the neutrals. So we're going to pull all of this home run out, add 2 more conduits to the second floor, and run all of our circuits on their own paired neutral, so we don't have to worry about brownouts within this house again.